is up, ASMR family? So this is probably just gonna be like a short video. I kind of don't know what to even talk about right now. I don't know, like yesterday, I had so much stuff planned out to do yesterday, which yesterday was Sunday because today's Monday, and it just threw my whole day off. Then I ended up waking up late this morning, so I wanted to wake up at like 5:30 or 6, and I didn't wake up till after 8. So that ended up throwing my day off right there because I didn't get to wake up and get things done early that I wanted to get done, because now I'm working on my regular Christopher Cologne channel, my non-ASMR channel. So I'm working on that, and then my daughter brought my granddaughter because I have to watch her today, and then the rest of the week I don't have her again until Saturday and Sunday. But it's Thanksgiving this week, so but because yesterday ended up throwing my whole day off because my daughter, I'm letting her use my truck since I started getting dizzy and having problems driving. So she's had my truck, and the other night my mom had to go get her because my mom and my mom's boyfriend had to go get her because there was a flat tire. So my tire was flat on the truck. She ran over a nail, but yesterday I went to go plug it. I brought my jack and everything, and there was a big ass nail in it, so I got the nail out. Never plugged a tire before, so I was doing something wrong at first. I wish I had the tool with me, but I don't. But a tire tool, you have your handle, it comes down like this, and then it comes down, like here's your handle, so you grab it like that, that's the way you grab it. And then your metal piece comes down. Well, at the metal piece, it's kind of like the top of a needle. You know how the top of a needle has a loop, so the thread can go through. Well, it's like that, but the bottom of the piece where it's looped is open. So I didn't even realize that at first. But what you're supposed to do is first you ream it out with the tool that that cleans the hole up a little bit, and then you put your piece through the little you put your plug. Your plug's just a long piece, so you got your thing sticking down. You put it through there, and you put it halfway to where it's making a cross like that, and then you put it in there. Now you're not supposed to put it down in all the way. What I was doing, I was putting it down all the way in there, and then pulling back, because that's what I was thinking. For some reason, that's what I was thinking you're supposed to do. But then when I realized that the thing was open at the very bottom of it, I was like, oh shit. So I'm not supposed to. I watched another video on it. I felt like an idiot. But yeah, so you push it down in there, you get it about halfway, and then you pull it out. So, and then you cut the top of it off that's hanging out of the tire. So, after a few times of doing that, because the first time I did it, the first few times I was doing it with a tire plug kit that's pretty old. So I was thinking, well, fuck, maybe it's my tire plug kit because it's old. So I had Leslie go to the auto parts store up the road and get another tire plug kit. So she got that, and after a couple times of using that tire plug kit, that's when I realized, fuck, I'm doing it wrong. So that was a total waste of time. Then I got it plugged. So then I finally got it plugged the right way, and then I tried to take it out. Then I was going to take the wheel off and take it up to the gas station and put air in it. Well, I got the wheel almost off. I got all the lugs off except for one. So impact sockets. I didn't have the size, and I had no size for it, which was a 22. I didn't have a 22, so Leslie had to go to Harbor Freight and she just went ahead and bought a whole set. So I had her buy a whole set of the impact sockets. So then she came back, and while I sat there with the truck, 'cause I didn't want nobody, sticking leaving the truck on blocks and taking my jack, because my jack is like a $200 jack. It's an aluminum jack, which if you ever buy an aluminum jack thinking they're lighter, yeah, they're lighter, but they can still be heavy as hell. So just figured I'd let you know that. But anyway, yeah, so she went and got that after I finally figured out after I got to where I couldn't find one. So, then she went and got that, came back. I got all of them off except for one, because whoever rotated my tires, I don't remember who it was, but whoever done something with my tires last fucked up one of my lugs. The lug was stripped and fucking warped, so I couldn't get the damn thing on there. And so then I called my friend to come and so then I called my friend, my next door neighbor, Adam, to come and fill it up, because he has an air compressor. So he came, put air in it. The sidewall where my daughter ended up not knowing the tire was bad and started to pull out of work the night before. The sidewall was, she ended up running the tire a little too much, and it messed up the sidewall. So now the air is leaking from the sidewall, and you cannot plug a sidewall. I mean, you can, but it's not good to at all. So I was like, well, damn. So we could not get the 22 on there, and we didn't really have anything to beat it on there with. So me and him went to Harbor Freight, because I was going to use I was going to get a bigger, what's it called? I was going to try to get like a size 23 socket and get that on there. But instead of doing that, which they didn't even have one, I bought a ball peen hammer, and we were going to come back and beat that motherfucker and try to beat that damn thing on there. Well, when we were there, there's a scrap yard right around the corner that takes whole cars and everything, and this dude, he was saying he has to get busted lugs and like that, and tires with busted lugs and and with the locking lugs on, and get wheels with the locking lugs off all the time. So he was like, man, where y'all at? So we told him we were at the mall. I got the ball peen hammer, and hell, he ended up coming. He got his stuff, which he had. His impact gun was even bigger than mine and stuff, which y'all seen my Cobalt impact gun. But yeah, so he ended up, we got that off. Well, he did. I'll say he did more so than anything. But yeah, he got the lug off, so we got the wheel off, and then we ended up, my truck didn't have the tool. Now, my spare is under the bed of my truck, and it's one of those ones that lowers, that you turn that thing and it lowers the spare tire. So that's what I did. Well, that's what we needed to do. But if it was just been me and Adam, because my truck don't have that tool in it like it's supposed to, the guy, luckily, he had some stuff that was just long enough to get to it, so we could turn that nut or whatever it is, so we could turn that to lower the spare tire. So we lowered that, got the spare tire out, got that on. So that that finally took care of it. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for dude, me and Adam, we would have struggled, because I mean, we would have got the wheel off pretty much in about the same amount of time, but we didn't have the stuff to get to that little nut. That's because you got the bumper here, and then you got the tailgate. So, and it goes in there, and you gotta have something pretty long. So what we would have ended up having to do, we would have had to drive the 20 minutes all the way back to my house and get my extension, because I have a few pretty long extensions. So I would have had to come all the way back here to get that, and then go all the way back there. So yeah, but so we finally got that. Truck was good and everything, and then we ended up going. Me and Leslie ended up going to my daughter's house for a few different reasons after that. So, and seeing my granddaughter and stuff. But yeah, so yesterday, and then waking up late this morning just kind of threw everything off. And I had a plan for what I was going to do this video today, but it threw me off, and that plan just disappeared, because it's weird. I used to be able to thrive in chaos, and now I've never really been the type to write down plans and all this and that. I get an idea in my head and I go. And nowadays, whenever I get that idea in my head, if I don't get to go right then, I'm all messed up, you know. So, and I don't thrive in the chaos like I used to. And I kind of feel like whatever is I feel like it's the Kiori and whatever else is wrong with me that causes all that shit. Because I was watching a surgeon talk about it, and he actually, I've listened to a bunch of surgeons, but a couple surgeons were talking about how they had kids that they did surgery on that were struggling with certain ways cognitively, and after they did the decompression surgery for the Chiari malformation, not just the other symptoms, but the cognitive problems ended up, getting better too. So I kind of feel like that's it, because my symptoms got worse, and my different things with me cognitively got worse too. So yeah, but that's why I don't have a cologne video or whatever the hell kind of video I was gonna do, because shit threw me off and I didn't have the time. So, but hopefully the rest of the week will be smooth on videos and stuff like that. But the sin of the day is Michelle Germain's very sexual. It was 65 here today. Humidity was around 50%. So, and 65 for a lot of people, they'll pull out a pullover for that. For me, it feels good. It's still kind of warm, I like, yeah, it feels pretty. It's the feel good of warm, if you get what I'm saying. Like, you got warm and it's too warm, and then and it's almost creeping into hot. Then you got warm it's kind of leaning more towards the cooler side, so that's comfortable to me. But so that's why I went with a fragrance that's not too fresh and not too spicy. Has grapefruit, star anise, juniper berries, amber, I'm wanting to say cardamom. I might be wrong, but yeah, those are a few of the notes that are in this. Pretty good. Fragrance I really like, and y'all know I like the very sexual line anyway, so spray for y'all. But I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Do the couple little tweaks in the edit that I need to do on this, and I don't know, probably just make a very basic thumbnail and go along with that. But y'all take it easy. Have a good one. And peace.